All right, here we are. It works. Connections. That's what it's all about, connections. I spent 4 years in South Carolina when I was in elementary school. I remember asking my mom if it was okay to play with a black kid on the street. And I've been known in my college years to drop some folic acid.
Rebel.
Cool. I never saw the formula out there. I could make that. But I was remarking to myself that here at Friends School, history of Quakers in my family. It's very cool. And it's kind of neat because about 24 hours ago I came up with another connection, which I'll let you know at the end. Very cool. Well, I'm a folk singer. That means I play for folks. That's you guys. And what's cool is, I hate being the last person. I really do. But the cool thing is, when I'm done, everybody's going to be happy. Driving home happy. Don't you hate it when they make you sing along? Don't you hate it when they make you sing along? This guy's a stupid jerk. Silly song. Don't you hate it when they make you sing along? Everybody! Don't you hate it when they make you sing along? I can't hear you! Don't you hate it when they make you sing along? This guy's a stupid jerk and it's a very stupid song. Don't you hate it when they make you sing along? Don't you hate it when they make you clap your hands? Don't you hate it when they make you clap your hands? This folk entertainment should be forever banned. Don't you hate it when they make you clap your hands? Don't you hate it when they modulate the key? Okay, that's far away. But it's all true. It's all true. In fact, one of the primal instances in my musical life, I actually flunked a vocal audition for a high school play. I couldn't find the key or anything. I didn't play this. Here, sing this one. Couldn't do it. But I was attending a folk concert along the Hudson River. This gentleman by the name of Pete Seeger stepped up. It was one of the sloop concerts. And there was only about 10 people there. He got up with his banjo, and the first thing he said was, "Here's your part." I went, "Oh. No way, sir." But something, and everything I do, whether it's regardless of it's kids, or playing in bars, or playing for adults, or playing for the Brain Trust in front of us here, that something special happens when you sing along. Something very, very important sings along. And I talk about this when I play in my school assemblies, and Pete Seeger was very, very intuitive about this. And there's been some studies that I'll tell you about a little bit later that back this up. So when you start singing along, you start to feel like a family. You start to feel like a community. And that is something very, very powerful that this whole American community needs to do. They really have to do it. In fact, I used to ask the kids, all right, what's a folk song? And then some kids say, it's an old song sung by an old person. That was intuitive. And then some might say, oh, it's a country song. And then I'd say, which country? Because, Ireland has its folk music. Russia has folk songs. And then they say, well, they get a little bit more into it, and they say, well, it's a story song. Oh, it tells a story, that's good too. And then some kids say, well, it's something you can dance to. And that's all part of the community-building nature of folk music that you don't always get in other forms of music, and that's why I enjoy it. It's a challenge. When's the last time you played for a bunch of 2-year-olds? Boy, they set it back. I'll tell you what, let's start with a story song. I do this one out. If you could snap your fingers, it would be very cool. hate it when they make you stay? Come on, let me hear you, come on. It's stuff we do together. Don't watch it. And this song is over 100 years old, and I try to tell the kids that 100 years ago there was no such thing as television, Nintendo, rap, it was poetry. Even radio and television, not around. But the music got spread by running into people in your community, learning songs from your neighbors, maybe somebody coming to town like me. And I came up with this song. It's a great old song. It's like this. Old Mr. Johnson had troubles of his own. He had an old alley cat that wouldn't leave his home. He tried everything just to give the cat away. He gave it to a man going far, far away. But the cat came back the very next day. The cat came back. They thought he was a goner. The cat came back. He just wouldn't stay away. All right, that's your part. Let's try it together. Here we go. The cat came back the very next day. The cat came back. They thought he was a goner. The cat came back. He just wouldn't stay away. Now, the old version has lots of verses about balloons, train wrecks, and telegraph wires. So here's one of the old ones. Well, one night the cat threw a party out in the backyard, and someone threw a brick bat and it landed mighty hard. They caught the cat behind the ear, he thought it rather slight. When along came a skeezy and the cat flew out of sight. But the cat came back the very next day. The cat came back, they thought he was a goner. The cat came back, he just wouldn't stay away. Well, he gave him to a man sent up in a balloon. And he told him for to take it to the man in the moon. Help me out. The balloon came down about 90 miles away. And where the man is now, well, I'd rather not say. But the cat came back the very next day. I hear you. The cat came back. They thought he was a goner. The cat came back. He just wouldn't stay away. A couple years ago, though, a couple classes started sending me their own verses. And this is it's getting carried away. But I'll give you a couple verses that came up recently. See how it went. Well, they put the cat in the cage, which he really didn't like. And he broke on out and he escaped on a bike. He started to pedal home and thought he'd get a snack. So he stopped at McDonald's and got a... Big Mac. No, a fish fillet. You guys are so linear. But the cat came back the very next day. The cat came back. Thought he was a goner. The cat came back. He just wouldn't stay away. One kid in New Jersey came up to me and said, Mr. Fry, I know over here. I got the chorus like this. The cat came back the very next day. The cat came back. They thought he was a lawyer. The cat came back. He just wouldn't stay away. Here's my favorite though. Well, the cat followed the principal down to the copy machine, and the principal sneezed and the cat jumped on the screen. The machine started looping and did a quick cat scan. He was now a copycat, and he took off and ran with feeling. But the cat came back the very next day. The cat came back. They thought he was a goner. Yes, the cat came back. Well, that's the whole thing about folk music. It's nice to get a new term. I always thought it was stealing. Now I hear it's called meshing?
Mashup.
Mashup. I was going to say menching. That's Jewish. No. Mashup. See, it's not stealing, it's meshing. So, folk music has always been about taking the good stuff and adding your own stuff and taking it into the future. That's the cool stuff. That's why I enjoy listening to blues and swing and bluegrass music and Celtic music all along the way. Dance music. Dance is another way folk music has celebrated the community. And when you think back, perhaps to like a square dance or something like that, in a small rural community, the square dancers are a great way not only to meet others, but touch people. Dance physically, dance with people, especially with people who you might need their help someday. You know, if your barn caught on fire, or you know, your wife is having a baby and you need help right away. The music and the dance got people together so that they could call on each other when they needed it. So I'm going to do a dance tune here. Part of what I do as a professional musician is not only playing solo for kids and adults. I have a band that does a history of rock and roll. And that's, in a way, a function of folk music. For my folk music now includes Beatles and, you know, rhythm and blues and all that great stuff. Not disco. I lost a lot of work during the 80s. A lot of work done. But, so, in RockRoots, we base it on the fact that people have been getting together, making music, and dancing together. So, we actually introduce the roots part with African rhythms and some Irish tunes, or excuse me, tunes, as they say. And you know what's really cool is that when we do these tunes, part of the assembly, we always ask, you know, is there anybody out there taking Irish step dances? And 50% of the time, a boy or a girl will come up on stage and do a jig with us while we play this stuff. So once again, it's from the past, bringing it to the present and taking the future. And then I'm going to add on a folk song at the end, this little ditty here. This is called I Kissed Her on the Lips, but It's All Over Now. Or, she was only the mortician's daughter, but all the boys cadaver. Closer. Quakers are. All right, never mind, shut up and play. All right. Not folk music unless it goes out of tune. All right, here is a genuine folk tune that I learned on my daddy's knee, watching TV. In fact, you guys would just burst out singing. You just amaze yourself right here. Hey there, hi there, hell there, you're as welcome as can be. Mickey Mouse, forever let us hold our banner high, 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 high. Now's the time to say goodbye to all uncomfortable.
the past and add on to it and bring it into the future. In fact, it was Woody Guthrie, when he used to do a lot of union organizing. He would go into a town, and he would actually take maybe an old church song, a gospel tune, or something that he knew the people would know, at least the melody, and then he would apply his semi-politically charged union songs, and he was halfway there to getting the people to sing along, because they already knew the tune. And that meant when he left, there was a good chance that those folks would still be singing that song when he left town. So he changed it, took it home. All right. I used to run a folk music club called Godfrey in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. And that's right, several people that go there. And there's kind of a new element to folk music now, and that's of course the singer-songwriter. A lot of people out there making music and writing their own songs, and that is very, very cool. And also part of Godfrey's mission is to not only bring the professionals in, and Godfrey's is now 35 years old, but to provide a space for the local community to come in and play and work on their craft. So that one of the things I'm most proud about the club now is that it has a poetry series. It has an old-time jam, it has a swing jam, it has a blues jam, it has a bluegrass jam, it has a Celtic jam, and it has a thriving open mic. So it's important not only to show folks how it's done from the main stage, from the big people, but to give the opportunity to the folks to exercise their own folk music. I work a lot in schools, and a couple of years ago, this is kind of funny, he said, "I can't wait to hear your talk." And you know, the trouble with folk singers is when to get them to shut up, you know? They're easy, they talk all the time. They just go, you know, rambling Jack Elliott, it's not because he travels a lot, it's because he talks a lot. He might sing 2 songs in the whole set. But anyway, meanwhile, so I've been doing a lot of studies with early education. Like I said, 2-year-olds set me back. Oh boy. I came in all hotty-toddy with all my conceptual kid songs, you know, and they had their hands all over my instruments. I couldn't finish a song. That's when it dawned on me, put something in their hands so that they can play and so I can play. And so when I didn't bring my bag of toys, so I'm sorry. But so that's what I do, and that's an amazing thing. I've taken some lessons on children's brains. Somebody was talking about the left side and the right side brain. But the cool thing is they're just so receptive. In fact, if you study kids' brains, all the neurons are there. They're all just, here's your idea in the middle. And it's all connected there. And thanks to the arts, they start to connect ideas like this so that they get hardwired early on. 4, 5, 6-year-old kids, they hardwire some of these physically, these neurons together. And if they don't do that, these neurons kind of separate. So an idea is only like this if you don't have them think outside of the box. So that's why even for engineers, mathematicians, the arts helps people think, helps kids think outside the box. And the thing that amazed me, that kind of proved what Pete Seeger was so intuitive about, is they actually found out that when people sing together, there is a chemical release that promotes trust. Whoa. That's powerful stuff. And trust is the beginning of community, isn't it right? So anyway, I did a series of inner city schools in Philly that really opened up. Actually, it was the beginnings of the RockRoots program. They asked, the Philadelphia Folksinger Society asked me to come in and do the Odyssey program. Going to inner city schools that couldn't afford assemblies. And they said, well, you just can't walk in there and sing folk songs. You know, you gotta have an idea. And that's when I started to think, well, you know, I really like blues, and I really like swing, and I like country music. Maybe I'll just put those all together in a historical way. And sure enough, I put that together. And here is the song that I consider the #1 folk song in the world. In fact, I was at the folk songs at the folk festival, and I was at a workshop called "What is a Folk Song?" And sure enough, I started off on this one, and you'd be amazed, kids, adults, when I come out with the first couple notes on the guitar on this one. Not only do they start singing it, they start physically moving as you move down and they go. Even though you're white folks. Come on, people, come on. I'm serious, kids. Come on, get it going. Come on. Get it with your neighbor, you know. Come on, work it out. Here we go. Sir, I'm going to come out there and make you do it, all right? Just because your wife is a presenter doesn't mean you can take the day off, all right? Goddamn white people, that's it. Here we go. When it's cold outside, even got the month of May. Here comes the chorus, you know. Well, I guess you'd say, what can make me feel this way, my girl? I'm talking about my girl. I got so much honey, the bees envy me. I got the sweetest song, oh you got it, and the birds in the trees. Let it out, here we go. I guess you'd say, what can make me feel this way, my girl? I'm talking about my girl. All right, tell you what, there's 3 my girls. I'm gonna sing the first one. Girls, you're gonna sing My God.
Oh, maybe we'll sing my girl.
Except for her. I wouldn't have known that if you had done that poem. All right. Lady, you're on your own. All right, go. Well, that screws up the whole premises of this. All right. Oh, now you're talking. All right. We got the backup singers up front. All right. Oh, yes, that is so cool. All right. All right, that means the third one. Guys, you're going to do My Girl, except you're going to do the Motown falsetto. You're going to do My Girl. All right, here we go. Let's try it. Talking about my girl. My girl. Oh, oh, oh. Come on. Talking about my girl. My girl. Oh, oh, oh. I've got so much honey, the bees envy me. I got the sweetest song, and the birds in the trees. Come on, Quakers! I guess you'd say, what can make me feel this way, my girl? My girl, talking about my girl. Ooh. Thank you, girls. You didn't seem to read the writer about matching outfits, but that's all. I'll tell you what, I'm probably over my time, but I'll do one more before I go. But the cool thing is, just yesterday, I was talking to a good friend of mine who's a Native American musician, Jackie Tice, and we were talking about this kid coming down here to the Friends School and everything. I was talking about my grandfather, who was a Quaker and everything, and she goes, well, you know, when you're talking about kids, you're talking about teaching community, you're teaching trust, you're teaching social skills, you're teaching, dare we say, love. And you know what that all leads to? The possibility of teaching peace. And isn't that what it's all about? I hope that somehow gets through to the kids through folk music. And Pete Seeger knew that. He still does today. I'm going to do one more, and then we'll, I guess don't ask us questions. No, that's okay. We're going to your place. We're going to your place, all right? So, let's do a little bit of a swing tune here. This is a good luck song. I want to thank, first of all, AFS for having us all here. Thanks so much. Give my Listen, day, I didn't know TED existed, Everybody going, hey, TED, cool, wow, all right. But, so this will get you out of here. But the thing is, you have to walk out that door into the streets of Jenkintown singing this song, all right? Promise? Here we go. I think the band showed up. Oh, right. People, I was walking down the street feeling big and bold, and I looked in my pockets, I didn't find no gold. When all of a sudden I was taken by surprise, I found $1 million bill must have fell from the skies. And I said, hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now. I said, hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now. People, I picked up that $1 million bill and took a little stroll. I walked down Washington Boulevard, took it slow. When all of a sudden I was knocked right out by a groovy little chick who knew what life was all about. And I said, hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now. I said, hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now. It's not enough to sing, you got to go like this. Hey now, hey now. All right? And that's what you, oh yes, I love it, all right? See, they're working up little sections. All right, we got it. Come on, here we go. Hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now. I said, hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now. Here comes the band. Your turn. There's a lot of trust going on here. People, I got everything in life I need, plus a art guitar. Every day I can take super popular. And if you feel it down and you don't know what to do, you sing these magic words, it'll see you through. You sing, hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now. I said, hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now. I said, hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now. I said, hey now, hey now, hey now. Take it home, Dave. I said, hey, 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 hey. Hey now.